What's up, honey love? What's up, girl? What's up, honey love? I see you. What you doing, Red Sonia? What's up, Sonia? Fat Mama Sonia. What's up, Fat Mama Sonia? What's up, Fat Mama Sonia? What's up, Mayday? Lord Mayday. What's up, boy? What's up, Lord Mayday? What's up, my boy Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? What you say, Doc? It's my big boy, Doc. What you say? All right. Welcome back to another episode, another week of Game Dog Talk, and we got today a special panel in the building. Shout out to Schoolboy, Mr. Richard Garcia. He's not here with us today, so we have another squad lineup. We got the legendary Rastaman Boone. How you doing today, brother?
How you doing, brother? Big up to the massive out there, Bulldog and Massive. We love you. We love you.
Yes, indeed. And we have the legendary Lil Rock, you know what I mean, from Grand Devastation. How you doing today, brother?
Oh, man, super fantastic. God is good. Wishing everybody well.
Yes, sir. And the special guest today, we have Bone from Vietnam Kennels in the building. How you doing today, brother?
Really good. Thanks for having me on there. Big up to all the Bulldoggers out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, of course, we have my co-host, Welcome Down Ram, Big Stepping in the building. What's happening with it, Ram?
Oh, man, happy to be here with the OGs and my partner, Kev, man. You already know. About to go up on you motherfuckers, boy. Y'all niggas in trouble today, cuz.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And we got my young homie Blitz in the building. What's up, Blitz?
What's good, OG? How y'all doing?
Yo, I'm gonna call you when we done with the show, bro. I meant to hit you back yesterday, man.
Oh, yeah, I could dig it.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, you good?
Okay, what's good? How y'all doing, boss man? How y'all doing?
All right. Brother Bliss.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Nice to meet
sir.
you, boss man.
So we're gonna get it started. Let me do a quick roll call and salute everybody in the chat real quick. You know, see what we got going on up in here in the chat. Who with us this week so far? We got DK Break Bread Kennel. Salute to the family up in the building. Bishop Epps, salute. Milo Bulls. We got Kendrick Kennels in the building. My brother Main Event Mark. Jermaine Hunter, salute, homie. Hugo in the building. Ty Green. JT Sport Dog Enthusiast, salute to you. AI Kennels. Let me see. AJ. K-Bo. Frank Rizzo. 614 Tree. Tony Gardner. Texas 52. Outlaw Texas Kennels. Hardy Dogs, Pennsylvania. My brother Miami Snoopy 305 in the building. King Cobra Kennels. Jaden Johnson. The homie Live Life Real in the building. Shiku Bars. I hope I pronounced your name right, family. Arrowhead Kennel, salute.
Arrowhead Kennel, salute.
Yes, sir. Fat Farm Raid. Tom Bolin. Forever Lit Empire. Colossal Massive. Young World. Let me see here. Rodney Murphy. Smooth Monty in the building. What's up, brother?
Smooth Monty in the building.
Let me see. We got Bank Statement Kennels, the homie in here. What's up, brother? Boris Baker. Let me see here. STT Inc. Kennel, salute to you. Luciano. Much love to everybody in the building. I can't read everybody, man. But appreciate everybody for joining us today.
Salute AJ, Paris Jackson. I see you, Hobie.
Yes, sir. And salute to Brown Sugar, Tate Brown in that super chat early, showing love and support. Thank you, sister. She says salute. 78 in the panel.
Tate always number one. Tate always number one.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Oh, man, you talking about Brown Sugar?
Yes, sir.
Brown Sugar. Tate.
The ref ain't say release your dog yet, boom. Going back to your corner. The ref ain't said release your dog yet. Get back in your corner.
Oh man, I'm gonna get a foul on Sugar Brown.
That call, you got to scratch out a turn too. You come out that quarter.
Hey, man, I'm gonna get a foul for Sugar Brown.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna bail you out. Boom, you're back.
Yes, indeed. All right, y'all smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the likes up, and let's get to the first question we got today. I'm gonna start with Lil Rock on this question. Question is: do any of you believe in using a weighted collar during the keep? If so, how effective was it, and could you see the difference when you used it?
Well, I'll take it back to, I think we covered this about 6 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
With weighted collars and using weights. I think that I'll reiterate again that we had a silky smooth dog who was our stud dog. His name was Wolfman, and we put him he was one of the slickest dogs that you would ever have. But when we put him on his weight regimen and try to make him a little bit stronger, a little bit this, that, and other, and I think Henry, you was there at that match. Am I correct? When Wolfman lost.
You're correct.
Yeah. When Wolfman lost, we built up a little bit too much bulk in him. He wasn't as slick as we wanted him, and we lost the match. So we did use it at that point, but you got to use the weighted collars and things like that for the dogs that are for that. If you want to bulk up a dog that's a slick dog, you got to use it in moderation. I'm not saying you can't use it or a weight collar, this, that, and other, but it defeated us, and we lost one of the dogs that we had that was a stud dog in the Sporting Dog Journal. And we gave the ghost with him, but you got to watch the way you use those weight collars, and any kind of weight that you use, you got to use it in moderation to the skills that your dog has. And I'm done.
Okay, well said. Let's go to the Brother Bone from Vietnam Kennels. What's your take on weighted collars?
It just depends on. I'm pretty much open when it comes to conditioning. I was to whatever would work for the certain animal. Now I worked a lot of our dogs that we had, and I also did a lot of I called them hired hits back then. People would pay me to work dogs, and I was a firm believer in one method doesn't work every time for every dog. So I would definitely, whatever I would use would rotate and change depending on it. Now with Champion Spike, I used a weight collar on him, but I didn't use anything over 2 pounds. It was a light collar, but the difference was I kept it on him when he wasn't working, and when I started working him, I took it off, and that worked well for him. And then certain dogs I didn't put it on him until I worked, and in certain dogs I didn't use it at all. And it does have a purpose. You just got to know your animal and know how he's going to use that strength that collar is going to bring, and if it's worth it, and then you're good to go from there. It's basically observing your animal.
Yes, sir. Salute to the homie dropping trolls in the super chat, showing love. Appreciate the support, family. Says salute to the LDBC. I'm really interested in this. Thank you, brother. Welcome to the show, man, and stick around, man. It's a very informative show, man. I'm glad you're here. Let me go to Rastaman Boone. What was your take on weighted collars? Have you ever used them? And if you did, what were your results?
I think any form of conditioning is good for the animals. But just as others have said, you have to be real mindful of what you're doing and how you're doing it. Because as you know, you can overdo anything. You know what I mean? So if you're doing things moderately, it'll work out. I mean, I've done it without, and have good results both ways. but that nature, you got to be careful because you can overdo.
Indeed, indeed. My brother Eli Zachary is in the building. What's up, Eli?
What's going on? What's going on?
Not much, man. Just same old shoot, man. What's your opinion, Eli, about weighted collars?
I use weighted collars and I like them, but like the brother said, it's in moderation. It's you knowing your animal, not only you knowing your animal, but how you gonna condition this certain animal. That's like I was talking to I done talked to Ram about this before. I talked to other people. When you condition a dog, you start planning that out before you ever even start conditioning the dog. So you don't really. That's not something that you would that you would just come in and be trying stuff. If you don't already know, my thoughts are you don't use it, you don't do it. So if you're gonna condition a dog with a weighted collar, you should already know that dog's style, know that dog's body type, know how that dog weight gonna flow. And a lot of times, like with me, I would use that in my pre-keep a lot for the long walks. I would use it on the flirt pole or not the flirt pole, on the spring pole. But when I'm on the meal and stuff, I didn't want my dog off balance and like that. I didn't want him to possibly be getting strained and stuff. With a collar that's too heavy. A lot of people don't realize 10% of your body weight is a lot of weight, even if it's 5 pounds on a 30-pound dog or 35-pound dog. And if somebody getting their ego and go to work in a dog and throw a 5-pound collar, throw the same collar that they're gonna throw on for a 45-pound animal, that's not gonna work. So you need to know what you're doing when you're using the collar, like the brother's been saying. But yeah, using it the right way and knowing what you're doing and getting an understanding of it, yeah, it got its place.
Yes, sir. Welcome down around Big Steppin'. You ever use
Eli Maximum? I just want to say hey to Eli. I think you holler, my brother.
Salute. What's your take, Ram?
Yeah, like everybody said, the OG's in the cuzzo Eli. You just got to do it in moderation. But I'll take it a step further and say, like, at first when I was using them, I would just, put it on and leave it on till, the day of, till, pulling them out to put them on the scale type shit. And I really didn't see no big difference in that. Then when I started doing like how I do now, it's just like I'll put it on them. Well, not now, but we speaking if we were still in the present. But I would put it on them for like spring pole work and flirt pole work, the explosive work where it would come in more in handy. I would do that, and I say for like them wrecking machine dogs, them strong rough dogs, I will put a heavier one on it, and I would see a difference in that. But again, I wouldn't leave it on them all day like that. It was just for work that he would be using his neck and mouth on, which is the spring pole and the flirt pole. So yeah, they got their place in the game, but again, don't overdo it, cause like Eli just said, fucking a 5-pound fucking weight on a 35-pound dog, that's like 12% of his body weight he got to carry around. You fuck your dog up, man. So just be mindful of that. And I'm gonna start selling the motherfuckers, so be sure to hit up Game Dog Talk on Instagram, man. They coming. Fuck with me. Break sticks too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of them from you
already.
I want to experiment a little bit, but that's just like all good points made by everybody. I mean, that's just like a person. It don't matter how strong you is, but you carry around a 25-pound weight all day long. We're gonna see how how you do with that. That joke is gonna hurt. Walking around all day with a a little backpack on and stuff like that. That stuff. That stuff is how you working. But let me go to this next question here. I'm gonna start with brother from Vietnam, Bone from Vietnam, Kennels, with this question. Is from a historical perspective, and all this is historical. Nobody here owns dogs or does nothing with dogs no more. These are legends in the game telling their story. Okay, so from a historical perspective, do you agree with all of the antics that have gone on in the box, as far as the weird noise making, clapping, and crowding of dogs, etc., that went on in the box?
Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I loved it. When I was showing dogs, I loved it because when I would come in here and face mine up, let them go. I take a seat on the wall and let them just talk all the smack they want to talk, bang on the walls, bang on the floors, blow in my dog's face, act crazy. Just let them go, because the only thing they're gonna do is burn theirs out quick, and mine will come back up and do the work. But yeah, it does get out of hand though. I mean, I refed probably as much as I showed. You know, I refed a lot of shows. I traveled around doing that too for a while. And some of probably the worst that I've seen with that yelling and acting crazy was Ricky Jones. Ken Allen would get his way sometimes. And I don't know if Rock is still here, you remember a guy named Gator.
Oh yeah, I remember Gator.
Gator was
Oh,
Gator
boy, I
was
remember
one
Gator.
too. He was kind of out
At Barbara College place, yeah.
So yeah, but I just think like a lot of the young guys now, they see some of these like this old footage and stuff and talk to people and they think that that's the way to go, but really you're there for the dogs, letting them do their thing, and really you're just there to handle them. You know, all that yelling and talking and all that, that's just for show. If that dog's gonna go, he's gonna go. If he's gonna do what he's gonna do, he's gonna do it. Whether you sweet talking him or yelling at him, you know, ain't gonna make him gamer.
Indeed. Welcome down, Ram. What's your take on that? On the antics of the box, man?
See, like OG just said, man, I'm here for it. I love that shit, and I would do exactly like he would do. I'll let mine go. Let him go to work while you over there, doing the Humpty dance, acting a fool. That just told me I'm on your ass, When as soon as I see your shit can't get up, like how he was, I start sending mine in on you, 30 seconds at a time. Boom, 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 to get there and fuck you up. And I ain't finna blow my load. So I'm gonna calm him down now. I'm gonna count out 30 in my head and calm him down. Your shit gonna be fucked up. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes and do it again. We just gonna be on your ass. I don't care if you're your handler, crowd in the box, whatever. That just showed me, he panicking and I'm cool. I'm laughing. Talk that shit now. So yeah, I'm there for it. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Lil Rock, what's your take on the antics in the box?
Dude, I'm doing everything. I'm blowing in your dog's ear. I'm doing it. If you tell me to stop, I'm not doing it. So, dude, I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything outside the rules. I'm doing everything that's inside the rules. If you can't get me to do it, I'm blowing. Dude, I'm doing everything I can do. I'm doing everything I can do. Everything, dude. If I was bigger, I'd be a big guy. And dude, I believe in using everything you got. Tap it on the carpet until the referee tells me to stop. I can do it. If the referee tell me you can't do that, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be disruptive. If I can make the opponent feel uncomfortable, I want to be a gentleman all the way. But when the game is game, and we getting down and dirty, I'm gonna blow the other dog's ear. I'm gonna blow in that. Like if we in hole, we barely in hole. We got an inch left. I'm blowing his ear. Maybe he'll shake his ear. We'll get out of the hole. Boom! I'm making a handle, dude. I believe you can beat on the key until somebody say I can't do it. I will always follow the rules and follow the rules of whoever the person run the show, whoever the referee is. But dude, I'm gonna take it to that limit every time to win. I mean, that's it. I mean, you got to do everything you can do for your dog. Life on the line. So you got to do everything you
can. Yes, sir.
That's why I love this show, man. Everybody got their own perspective and take on it.
Yes,
back in the day, you had to rock Little Rock, boy. He'd be a handful to handle old. I hate handling it against them niggas.
Hold on, Red. You know, blowing the dog's ear, trying to get him out of the hole.
No, hell no. Usually my shit, is in your throat already. I ain't finna.
No, I mean, you at that inch, you need to make the handle and you whistle or blowing their ear. And Dude, come on, the whole dude, snatch them up, dude. You blow the air in the ear, dude.
Hey,
Dude,
that's good to know though. Shit.
sir.
Let me go to Roster Man Boom. What's your take on the antics of the box, man?
Well, my take is, you know, when they fast, you know, when they first start out, everybody need to, you know, just kind of like stay back and give them space.
Right.
And it's okay to talk. You know, if you want to yell, I mean, you know, that's on you. But I wouldn't take blowing in my dog ear too good. I have a little problem with that. But that's the beauty of bulldog is, you know, everybody do different things. You know what I'm saying? And but acting a clown and foolishness, no, we don't need none of that. None of that. Period. You know, it was a gentleman's sport from the beginning. We need to make sure to keep it, you know, just like that forever, and attain the greatness of their presence. You know what I mean? Like, even if it ain't your dog, but to be in the presence of a great dog, you know, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? And because a lot of people are not fortunate enough to be around what we call sometimes great dogs.
Preach.
So
Yes, sir. Okay, brother Eli, what's your take on the antics of the box?
I mean, shit. It come with it.
you're
Sometimes
right.
it's fun. Sometimes,
But when you go in
sometimes it's
there
fun.
and
Sometimes.
you be the best, you can
I'm
be
sorry.
on the best behavior you can be on, and honoring the cold, win, lose, draw, pick up, not getting mad because you lose, not getting mad because your dog ain't performing, not getting mad because you're getting killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody don't want to.
That's the part I was going to, Roster, right there. That's where I was going with.
Yeah, but that shit happens. That shit happens.
Yeah. It
You know?
do. And that's what I was gonna say. Like my experience, one of my favorite people that I ever met, that motherfucker talk shit 100 miles per hour, but he was funny. And shit, the first time he did it to me, I pushed him across the fucking box. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know, this motherfucker talking shit like he finna fight. But then the motherfucker said, God damn, I'm just talking shit to you, just fucking with you and shit. He wasn't doing no dirty shit, no shit like that. So it was all good. It got a place, and then not only that, like you know the company you in. So when you know the company you in, you know what goes. But at the same time, like all that shit kind of come with it, and it's like everybody know the company. Roster motherfucker ain't gonna play with you a certain way, but if they know you and they know what it is already, if you gonna stand up and stand on it, they know. Hey, what's gonna come with that? They know when hey, if you say that's enough of that right there. Watch out, back up. You gonna have to stand on your shit.
Let me say something on that. See, this is where
Lil Rock, you muted, Lil Rock.
Of some people come in. See, it's not about individuals physically challenging one another. It's not about that. It's totally about the Bulldogs. When you put them Bulldogs, that you done signed a contract to let the Bulldogs be the deciders of what's gonna happen, and ain't no individuals should be trying to fight or raise hell with one another to the point that where it's a fucking problem. It should never happen. It should never happen. Now, true enough, we know sometimes things happen.
It's gonna be some shit talking though.
Yeah, but that's because emotions. When we allow our emotions to get carried away or to get involved in a way that will cause an altercation, then we might not need to be doing this shit. Because it's not about that. It's strictly about letting them dogs decide who's the best that night.
That is so true, Roster man. So true.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it go. Like, y'all go ahead.
Some of the greats and my man Eli that brought me really that showed me the game. Because when I first got in it, I was, young and hot-headed. And he said, you're always supposed to be a gentleman. and he taught me. And so when I would be hooked into someone, I mean, the first time, you know, every time I'm talking to them over the phone, it was always respect. And even if they weren't carrying it that way, I made sure I approached them that way. So and after time, they would have no choice. They'd be like, wow, this guy's coming. And I'm going to come to you before the show, shake your hand, say, I'm glad you made it. Hope everybody's okay. You know, hey, I hope the best for you, you know, but I'm coming for you, and, you know, we'll see what the dogs do. And afterwards, if I got to pick up, or if he jumped and start up the car and drive home without me, I'm going to shake his hand and say, hey, you know, good one. We'll see you next time, regardless.
There you go.
And that's, I saw the change in that attitude, because when I got in, it was just such great sportsmanship, and that's what really got me addicted to the game. I mean, really addicted. That's all I thought about when I went to sleep, when I woke up. It was nothing but the dogs. I ran up phone bills of $1,000 a month, because that was back before the internet, guys. You had to actually call
talking to everybody.
Right, and write letters, you know, and and then I saw the change in the game where it was this, it turned into this macho thing, you know, we're almost like it's boxing and dogs going, you know, I'm like, and that kind of soured me, you know, of the sport. And it kind of like just made me like kind of lose it, like I got delusion with it. Like, I can't believe I was involved with this, because, you know, now this is not what I remember, and it's not what I'm used to, you know. And I hope that with things like this, that the younger generation can see this and they can kind of turn that tide and get it going back, you know, and because other people are looking at stuff and they're watching things. Trust me, they are. I don't think that for a second they're not. And they're looking like, wow, this is what we thought. These people, you know, they act like fools with each other.
Hey,
and
Bone, that's what I was getting to. Like I said, the guy that I knew, like me, I enjoyed him the most, because I realized right then and there, say, man, I'm just shooting the shit, which I'm just messing around. But like you said, I was young and hot headed at that point in time, and I'm just shooting the shit. And me and him, every time we see each other after that, we'll sit in the corner and talk for hours and laugh with each other. And Joe, and like I searched out people that was like-minded that I can enjoy. If I couldn't feel you, if I couldn't call nobody and ask about you and this and they ain't give you no good ticket, I was gonna be around you, so I wasn't gonna have that type of problem. Now, I was trying to get to it, but that subject right there is always something that excites dog men, because everybody got different spectrum, and don't nobody want to be in no bullshit. But when you going through this, you gotta call and find out who you're messing with, know who you're messing with. And that's what I was saying. If you know who you're messing with, then you know what you're gonna get already. Now, if you make that choice to go mess with the type of people that's gonna bring that type of riffraff and keep that type of stuff up and mess around, that's the type of crowd that you had. Now, if you was around good old veterans, I came up around good veterans, good old guys that was, you know, just showing me this and that, and I was cool with a small circle, and we had fun, we enjoyed it. So we barbecue together, we eat together, we sit up with kids and wife come around each other, and we enjoyed each other.
Up around.
You say what?
You sound just like the guys he came up around.
Yeah, I know some same people that Bone know. We'll talk later, but yeah, like and Ross too. So it's like shit. I came up around those guys, so I had that mindset, and that same thing that you say, like I always tell a fella, say that's why it wasn't enjoyable for me. That's why I don't keep dogs anymore. That's why I'm like, shit. I enjoy talking to y'all.
Right.
I enjoy giving y'all information and shit like that. But it ain't no scared factor, no shit like that. I didn't enjoy all that riffraff and all that bullshit.
All I want is the young guys now to enjoy what we enjoyed when we were in it. I want them to have those same experience, not the majority of the crap that's going on now. I want them to have a good sporting experience and get lifelong friends. Like I said, me and Rock reached back out to each other like a month ago. We hadn't talked in 20-some years. And as soon as we got on the phone, it was like we never stopped talking to each other. You know? And there's other people that I meet like that too. Latin Rascal. The other, you know, we linked back up. It's been 20 years. He called me at like 3 a.m. We talked to like 5 a.m. You know, it was just like we never stopped talking to each other. I want the young guys to have those same experiences and meet those same kind of people and have those lifelong friends with or without the dogs. We're friends with or without the dogs.
Exactly.
We're all, don't have dogs, don't do dogs no more, but we still got things in common. We're still good friends. And you got to be around those kind of people, and you got to think, if these animals weren't involved, would I be hanging with these people? That's the question you should ask yourself.
See, like our fraternity is, once you step in, you can't get out. You see what I'm saying? So it's a great fraternity, man, and it's everlasting.
Yeah.
It's
Hold on. Let me say this real quick. Boom. My boy here, Boom. Bone and Boom. Dude, if it weren't for dogs, since we ain't in dogs no more, we can't be friends no more.
No. What I'm saying, we got a great fraternity.
Yeah.
We still friends. This is something that can bring us together for the dog thing, but we're still friends outside of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whether we got dogs or not, don't matter. See, once you meet, like to me, once you meet a good bulldog, it become an everlasting friendship. It's like I didn't even know Vietnam until we crossed one another path, and then all I heard is all the goodness that he was doing. I became a fan of him, whether I knew him personally. I was my frat brother. So tonight, just like we was all talking, like, yo, hold it, let me holler at bro. I gotta let him know, yo, big up to Vietnam Killers for the works he put in. You see what I'm saying? See, like a real bulldog are gonna honor the work, not that talking tough man bitch shit. That's bitch shit to me. You see what I'm saying? See, when you do the work, that's worth honoring, because you ain't saying nothing. You just moving on, doing your thing. And that's the way it should be. It shouldn't be no emotional, want to trip on somebody and want to hurt some man. It should never be about that.
Yeah.
It should always be about dropping them, and we laugh and joke. Whoever win, lose, draw, pick up, we going home the same fucking way we came. That's the way it's supposed to be, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry for stepping in. I apologize.
No, good stuff. Good stuff. Salute to Champion Zericado. I'm sorry, brother, if I mispronounced the name. In the super chat, showing love, appreciate you. He says, I'm with Lil Rock. You do with everything you can within the rules to win. How many times have you seen a handler win it, or a shy dog pack it in early?
You know what it is? No, I'm just kidding. It is what it is. Okay, thank you, grandma, for making that post.
Yes, sir. Salute. Let me get to this. Let me get to this next question here.
You didn't follow that question. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, he did ask a question. My bad, I'm slipping. He asked two questions. He says, "How many times have you seen a handler win it?" Let me go to you, Lil Rock. How many times have you seen a handler win it?
Oh, I've seen. I'll be honest. I've seen twice with one handler. I've seen twice Freddie Boland's out-handler dog. I've seen Crenshaw out-handler dog. Once in a row, and I've seen the other was in a row, but it wasn't that big. But now I handle quite often in rows and off the chain. So, but yeah, you can get easily out handled. I think I'm really good at it, and I think that I just think I'm good at out handling people that don't know the rules, and with a bad referee. When the referee don't know that knowledge, and I'm the bigger name there, I can get them out of their game every time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rasta man, what's your take on it? How many times have you seen a handler win it?
Well, I'm gonna be a little different because I try to be kind to people, but I'll be tough. I try to be kind too. You know what I mean? I've seen some guys make some hell of a handle, and I'm talking about, like I go back to this. I have to say this, even though you know. But anyway, uh, when we was with Perry Powell called us to help him in his corner, to be his corner man, and his dog was getting slaughtered. I mean, fucking slaughtered. And everybody was just there, like, just looking at that shit. And I was sitting there, I'm like, damn, the man asked me to be his damn corner man. Hell, I need to make sure he win. And I told him, I said, man, call a turn on your fucking dog. Come here, let me talk to you. I said, your dog getting killed. Your dog gonna die. I knew his dog was gonna die because that bitch was biting like a motherfucker. And sure enough, man, he made a great handle. Walked down the side, come this way, and Sammy Styler dog scratched to the opposite corner. Got counted out. His dog won, but died like 5-6 minutes. Died right after the fight. I mean, the bitch died. I met a Cuban. I was down in Miami one time, and man, that dude, good God Almighty, whoa, boy, that little motherfucker, boy, he was a little dude. God damn it, he was handling that dog so damn good and won. The other guy got discombobulated. So handling makes a big difference now. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get out handled. But the key to understanding how to handle is learn. See, before you dance abroad, you have to dance in your yard. You feel me? So that means you got to go out there, cut your music on, and dance with your dog. You feel me? And learn technique. You know what I mean? Because you got to learn how to pivot. You know what I mean? You got to learn how, when you make a handle, how to make a handle. Some people handle the dog and hold them at their knees. That's dumb as hell. Why would you grab your fucking dog and hold it at your knees for the dog to grab him again? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. And I've seen that shit years ago. I've seen guys do that shit over and over and over. And I'm like, damn, where did he learn that? Didn't nobody teach him? When you handle, you raise that bitch up above your fucking head with one hand and you pivot. When you pivot, your body is between the dog, your dog, and the other dog. He can't get to him. But if you handle, you hold him at your knees, he's gonna grab him every damn time he wants to. And then the joker holler, man, get your dog, man. Nah, you fucked up. It ain't him, it's you. So understanding the art of handling is real key. But most of the time, it's the don't know teaching the don't know. And this is why you see inexperienced shit. And then when you try to, you might want to say something, and motherfucker got a problem with it because he think he know, and he don't know what the fuck he doing.
Yes, sir. Brother Eli, have you ever seen a handler winning?
I've seen it work both ways with the same. I've seen it one time. He had such a good relationship with his handler. He was a shy animal. Had such a good relationship with his handler. He was able to calm down and be composed. The next time, the other side was a better handler, more seasoned guy. Big guy stood right over the top, bearing down on him. Stood right over the top, right there the whole time. And hey, motherfucker was shook up. Didn't want to come back across. Seen it like Rock said. Referee get shook. and a good handle get made, the other side, the bigger name, start hollering, hey, no. Null and void the handle. Ain't nothing. I mean, it, it's part of it. It's part of it. And being a good handler can save you a whole lot of heartache and pain. You know, save your pockets. Cause shit, that's what that part of it is about. You know. So at the end of the day, yeah, handling shit mean a whole lot, and having knowledge and understanding, getting that experience, like Rasta said. Rasta said mouthful. Rasta gave y'all the game. You know, really looking at it and knowing what you're doing and knowing where you at all times. Like it's damn near like putting them in a triple threat, like they say with the basketball, getting them back up over your shoulder and getting back away, pivoting away. Like that, hey, that was a mouthful of game right there for a for a young dog, man, that ain't never been through it, that don't know, that's learning. Yeah, you know, I gotta agree 100% with what the OG was saying, you know, and that's my 2 cents on.
Yes, sir. And let me go to Bone from from Vietnam Kennels. Have you ever seen a handler win it?
Yeah, several times. One time I did. I had a dog. He didn't have a lot of ability. I knew it beforehand. I was working him for someone else. And he was taking, a good beat. And I knew he couldn't win the show. So the next thing I did was, when we got a turn called, when I handled him, I waited till he was getting close to the wall. He was kind of closer to the wall than the center of the pit. Snatched him up real quick, held him out. The other dog went to jump for him. I whipped him around. The other dog went over the wall. Boom, I won. He jumped over the pit.
That's a hell of a handle.
He went over the pit.
Oh, man.
He tried to grab him. I yanked him right out the way. He went over. He wasn't trying to jump over the pit, but he went over. And I went to the ref. I said, he jumped the box. It's over. We're done. And I won. Now, and I've seen a handler lose. And I was reffing that one. It was a big show in Tennessee. And I told Rock about it. This was right after, a little bit after you went away, Rock. David Tant, Mr. Burns, and Carl Cruz had this buckskin dog. I can't remember his name. It just slips me. Been a while, but he was a straight up killer. I mean, nothing lasts past this dog more than 10 minutes. And they came down with him, and the young boys, Darren and them from Homegrown Kennels, were buying dogs from Tant at that time, buying a lot of dogs. So Tant was throwing them a bone, letting them handle the dog, because this dog was a beast to handle. And Darren and them were young at the time. They were young guys. So I think they put like 5,000 on the purse. I was reffing it. And when we released them, we pit them. Tant's dog automatically just went to work. He was going into the Tennessee dog pound, and he just went to work. And within seconds, you just knew Tennessee dog pound dog was in big trouble. I mean, he was leaking from every front end, back end, stifles, head. I mean, he was just destroying him. He ripped one of his. I seen him rip the nipple off of him from the bottom. Just ripped it off, went flying across the pit. And I said, "This dog is a cannibal." He's in there eating this dog. He was just vicious. And Tant and Burns and them started betting the house. They were just betting money. And the other guys from Nashville, they had quite a bit of coin too. So they were still like calling the bets off. I was like, these dudes crazy. This dog is eating the pieces, and they were just calling the bets. So they got a turn, and it went to the corner. As soon as we went to the corner, Tant's dog is going crazy, trying to bite the handler, and he lets them go early. And I go, foul. I'm calling the show right then and there. But the other side, dog pound was like, no, Bones, no. We'll go ahead and give him another shot, let it go. So they're still going. I said, it's your only warning you get, and that's just because they let you get a pass. And Tant's going off on the dude. He's called him everything in the book. You mother, don't you let that dog go. You better hold his ass. And he's just going. So I'm like, wow. I said, he didn't get fouled out. Why are you worried about this? This dog is slaughtering him. And so they get another handle on him. He gets into the corner, and they're trying to sponge him down. Dogs fighting. Then he just starts biting at the handler. And the handler just lets him go because he couldn't handle him more. This dog's like 47 pounds. He shoots across. I foul him out. It's over. Tandem had 15,000 of side bets to pay. They were betting money they didn't have. That's why he was going off so bad. Guns came out. It was a tense situation. And it was, I'd never seen 3 white dudes so scared in my life in Tennessee. They were sitting around their truck, and the boys blocked the road off, so they couldn't even get out. They was like, you got to come up with that money. You got 10 minutes. You better call whoever you got to call, but you better get that money because you ain't leaving here. So me being the politician that I am and trying to keep the peace and trying to keep this a gentleman sport, I walked over to Ted Cruz. I said, look, man, I need everything you got, and I don't need no bullshit. I said, I'm going to go through your pockets. We're going to go through this truck. I said, give me your guns, whatever. But you got to find out how much money you can get up. And then I'm going to tell them whatever you left, that you're going to get them that money. And I said, maybe they'll let you leave up out of here alive tonight. And I got everything they got from them, gave it to the boys and told them, look, this is what they got. I said, I know, because I went through their pockets, went through their truck. I said, yeah, they fucked up, but we got to show people that, we're a little better than this. You got the match money, and they're going to send you the rest and let them go. And I seen Tan and Cruz like probably about 4 months after that at another show. Bones, thank you for saving our life. We thought we was dead. But yeah, that's an instant where handling went wrong.
Wow. Wow. Let me go to my brother. Walking down round, Big Steppin'. You ever seen a handler win it?
Hell yeah, shit. I won with my champion king 4-time winner out handling a motherfucker. My dog, he was a stifle dog, so we let him go, and boom, them big motherfuckers wrestling. He hit them stifles quick, going into this hard biting turtle buster dog. It was like males at 65 or something, 66, something like it. It was some big old dogs. Anyway, that motherfucker got us out, nigga, by the muzzle, like how you supposed to. He was high in our eye, like damn near in our eyeball, biting down, nigga. So that shit went on for about 5 minutes. I called out to the timekeeper, what's the time? And he was like 15. So I wait, another 2 minutes, call out the time. Now it's 17. I wait 3 minutes, now it's 20. So I figure shit, this motherfucker mouth finna be running out of juice in a minute. So prior to, us releasing them, we agreed on scratching out a turn. And for those of you who don't know what that means, is if you get a foul, you don't automatically get fouled out, but you got to scratch twice in a row, whether the scratching has started or not. And we only 20 minutes in, so the scratching ain't started yet. So I grabbed my dog, around the 22-minute mark, yank him out of hole, boom, foul on me, got to scratch twice in a row. I ain't tripping because I know we finna beat you on scratching. This motherfucker scratch like a rocket ship, boy. He coming. Big old motherfucker. Knock you and the dog out the box. Sure enough, let him go. Boom. Shoot over there. He hold his dog because he don't think I'm coming. He think my shit curved out. That face damage he took, but that shit just pissed King off. Went over there, scratched right into his stifles. Boom. I hurry up, make a quick handle before he could get a good hold and do it again. This time he let him go. But it wasn't fucking enough. We grabbed him, boom, snatch him and crack the box with him. Boom! Motherfucker, he all leaning out the box, so the ref grab him back in and shit. I get another handle, it's on them to scratch. That motherfucker did not want to come out. He was like, hell no, I'm not running into that freight train. So yeah, in that aspect, fucking handling saved us that day because he was finna fucking bite our eyeballs out. We couldn't get that motherfucker out, boy.
Yes,
But it worked out because I knew I had a hard scratching dog. If you don't got no hard scratching dog, don't take that foul. Try to scratch it twice in a row. Yo, shit, fuck around quick, nigga. And he was a bulldog because he was able to take it. But he was ruined after that. I couldn't do him no more. That's why he only won 4. That was gonna be my first grand champ.
Yes, sir. Salute to the homie Jay Gray in the super chat, showing love, much appreciation, family. Says salute, fellas. Salute to you, brother Jay Gray. Then we have Thomas Morris in the super chat, showing love. Salute to you, man. He says salute, dog, man, and the LDBC. Appreciate the love, Mr. Thomas Morris. All right, let me get to this next question here. Um, historically speaking, has the panel, he said, if the panel, well, let me rephrase that. For the panel, historically speaking, if I did a breeding and got winners, could I expect the same type of dogs in a repeat breeding? Let me start with you, Rasta Man Boom.
And came out. Say that again about the question.
He said, if he did a breeding and got winners from that first breeding, can he expect the same type of dogs from a repeat breeding?
I would continue until I didn't get any more good ones. Yes, I mean, if you make a cross or a breeding and you get quality animals, I'm sure genetically it'll happen again.
Right. Okay. Let's go to Eli on this one. How you feel about that breeding question, Eli?
I mean, I feel like you stick with consistency. If the breeding worked once, it could work again, but it's not always guaranteed. So if lightning struck there, I mean, I would try it again. I would try it again if I had the two with the same ones in the yard and I was comfortable with that, and that I would try it again. But it don't always go your way. Ain't none of us. I mean, we ain't all seeing, so we don't know everything. But I mean, shit. Yeah, if it worked once, yeah, try it again. If it's consistent, if it's showing the traits of the mama and daddy, and you putting it down, and it's giving you the percentages and everything that you want, shit, run with it again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
And let's go to the brother Lil Rock on that one, man. If you got winners from a breeding and you repeat that breeding, could you expect the same results?
Never. I would expect the same results. One is because the dogs are older. By the time you get dogs that are championship bred, if you're gonna try to repeat, if you're repeating the breeding, just right after the breeding, but if you're repeating the breeding after these dogs are already proven, uh, uh, you got to look at genetics, just period. If you breed your grandmama to your granddaddy, you're still going to get the same smart people you get now. Uh, when you breed older dogs, the genes are not gonna be as great as they were from the beginning. I know I might get some feedback from this, but it's just like you are, the first breeding is always, and I don't care if you guys look at maybe you guys can put up some things, but when the first breeding is normally always the best. Then you wait to get some off of that. The hoping is that good, but the brothers and sisters not the best. Uh, if and a lot of people make the mistake of trying to breed. Look, this breeding worked really good, so I'm gonna try to copy this breeding. But when you try to copy this breeding, dude, the brothers and sisters were bred the same way, and they didn't turn out. So my thing is, uh, try to line breed along those same lines, but don't try to copycat as much. And I mean, I hope that helps out because I didn't already think this out. So, but I mean, I don't think it goes along easily. It's just protocopying it out. Because I mean, I think we all know better than that.
Okay, yes, sir. Let's go to um, Vietnam Kennels, brother Bone on that. Could you expect the same results from a repeat breeding if you got winners the first time?
Well, I don't think you can, but this is just me. I, I was never one to be. I was a student of the Bulldog game, and I studied pedigrees inside and out. And during my time, I knew, who all the best dogs, who had them. I flew around the country, bought dogs for people. And I bought dogs for myself. I bought a slew of dogs. So we kept a surplus of 250 dogs at all times on our yard, with different bloodlines. Um, what I found out about breeding is after years, I still didn't know anything when it came down to it. It to me, it all felt like luck. Um, Good dogs are where you find them, but if you get a breed that's good, why not breed it again? But I don't feel myself as an expert enough to speak on like breeding, because that was really never my forte. I was more into the bloodlines. Now there were lines of dogs I liked, and I like to keep around for certain traits. But you know, to me, when it got down to the nuts and bolts of the breeding part, that was like, okay, when I retire aspect, I'll get into more into that. But right now, I like the science of conditioning. I like the science of medicine and studying bloodlines. So that was more my thing. So really, I'm really not. I don't consider myself one that's uh, versed enough to speak on that. Maybe I'll throw that to my man Boone. He might know more than me on that.
Oh yeah, Boom was the first one to speak on. He spoke on it. That's respect. Let's go to Welcome Down Ram, Big Steppin' on that question. Shout out to my brother Dr. Hood in the building. I see you in here. Salute to I Am Trio Will. Salute to y'all in here. Welcome Down Ram. What's your take on that? If you got good results from the first breeding, can you expect those results in the second breeding?
You know me, I only talk about the shit I know. And I know I had two champions like that. Champion O Dog off of the first breeding, champion Buckshot off of the repeat. Now, them was the only two champions because everybody else who got the good ones either kept them and bred them or only did them a couple times, you know? But yeah, fucking, if you get good shit the first time, do it again. Like, I'm a strong believer in that because I actually seen the shit work with dogs that, I actually owned and campaigned. And not only that, but both dogs produce champions too. So, look for that too if you do a repeat breeding. If they fucking throwing good dogs too, they produce good dogs, and then those good dogs also can produce good dogs. Fuck yeah, repeat that shit until motherfucking nuts fall off and the bitch our ovaries dry up. Shit, you'll never have to buy another dog again. You feel me?
Right, right. Okay, got another question here. Historically speaking, if one wins but doesn't complete its courtesy scratch, um, should you keep? Oh wait, wait. Vietnam got want to ask something.
No,
Go ahead.
when you just get the question out, come to me on that. I already felt the way you were going.
Okay, okay. Um, Historically speaking, if one wins but doesn't complete its courtesy scratch, okay, um, should you keep it or let it go? If one wins but doesn't complete its courtesy scratch, should you keep it or let it go? Let's go to Vietnam Kennels on that.
Yeah, I knew where you was going when you started with that. That's a very, very good question. I had a dog. He was a Boyle's bred dog, Boyle's Patrick bloodline, and he came from Crazy Side Kennels. LJ had him, and he sent him up to me to work him. He said, "Bones, take him as far as you can. I trust you. You just let me know the good or the bad with him." So I got him. We hooked him. Went into James Crenshaw with him in Indiana. Big show up there. We won 30 minutes, best in show. He looked really good. We took him to VA, won with him again. 36 minutes. Looked good again. Little 32-pound dog male named Block. We used to call him Block. Red nose. So we hooked him for the championship. We were going in the Gambler. For you young guys, y'all know about that grand champion Virgil dog. So we went into Gambler and we went to his spot up in West Virginia. He had a really nice spot up there at that time. And Fat Bill was there. It was a lot of people there in a nice little spot. And we were doing the dogs, and I could see the other dog was looking like he was going to quit. And I didn't, and I could see, but other people could tell. I was like, man, Block don't look the same. He's acting like different. He's acting kind of funny, not condition wise, but his mindset. So I quickly got a turn called on the other dog because he was looking worse. And they went to the corner and the dog quit. And he was like, well, no. We got a handle on him. They went to the corner. They picked him up. That's what it was. He ended up picking him up because my dog was getting him pretty good, but he wasn't looking. He was throwing bad signs to me. He was doing a lot of turning and looking off the dog, then coming back on him. They ended up picking their dog up, and they said, "Hey, Bones, can we get a courtesy?" Because it was a big show. They wanted to show everybody that their dog, you know, could come across. I said, no problem. So when they went to release him, I let mine go at the time, but it looked like to everybody else that I was still holding him. But the dog, I made sure he knew when I let him go. But I kept my hands close to him so where other people looked like I was still holding him for the courtesy. And he was standing right there quitting. He didn't want none. And so their dog came across. I picked him up, and I immediately went and put him down. It's like, dude, are you freaking crazy? You just made champion. You put him down. I said, yeah, because he quit. I said, y'all didn't see that, but I saw it. He quit. And then I called up LJ, and he said, hey, man, how'd it go? I said, got good news and bad news. What you want first? He said, oh, the good news. I said, he made champion. Bad news is he quit. And he said, okay, no more to ask about that. Let's move on to the next. That was
Right.
it.
Wow. Let's go to Walking Down Ram on that question.
Shit, I really just asked that question to get the ball rolling because wasn't nobody asking questions in the community post. But fuck yeah, man, call that shit, bro. There's no need for it, courtesy or not. Now, I did see, I forget the brother name, he commented under my comment, like, and as if one DOA'd one. And that's kind of different because a lot of dogs won't continue on a dead opponent, you know? That says nothing bad about the dog. It's just some dogs won't do that, you know? Some people won't fucking go up and kick a dead body, and some killers will, you know? Both of them still killers at the end of the day. So I wouldn't judge a dog on that, like scratching back into something that was expired. No, you
When
can't really.
it's
Yeah,
not to interrupt you there, Ram, but whenever I refed, I would never allow that. If the
yeah,
dog was expired and they be like, oh, Curtis, into what, man? The wood is over. Get your dog
yeah,
on home.
yeah. You pick up and get up out of here, man. Exactly. And I'm the same way when I ref, you know. I don't fucking, it's over. Fucking get that shit up. Whoever up next, let's go. Or we start breaking the box down, you know, because the show is done. Either or. I wouldn't allow that either. But you can't hold a dog to that though. You know, if he won't do it, he won't do it. That don't mean he a curve. Just most dogs won't do that shit. But fucking one that's standing up across and he don't want to fucking go do it. We ain't riding back home, homie. We ain't friends no more. I don't care. Nigga, you could have won 7 in a row right now. And nigga, I got $30,000 waiting on me to breed to you. Fuck that bag. You know?
Yes, sir. Rasta Man Boone, what's your take on it? If a dog wins but doesn't complete his courtesy scratch, do you keep him or get rid of him?
Well, it's different ways you can look at it. You know, everybody had their own way, their own program, and their own style. If I had one that won, made champion, and he didn't go, I take him back and feed him, and somebody want to buy him. I know it sounds harsh.
Yeah.
But old man Chavis and them, and a whole lot of them. I ain't gonna name all of them. There's a whole lot of them sold, a whole lot of them that quit. You know what I mean? But I was fortunate enough to match a bitch 8 times, and I won 5 with her. And the 3 that I lost with her, I lost in 2 hours and 3 hours with her. So, you know, some people said she was a cur. I said she was a prize dog. You know, I made money. I made more money off of it than I lost. And so it's just up to the individual, whatever, you know, he feel, you know, he want to do. I've had one that was going for grand champion, and the dog got to snapping, cur snapping at him, and he went to ducking and all that shit. You know, I thought about dropping him, but I took him home, and for some reason he went to sleep. I don't know why, but it's just different things, man. You know, just different. So you know, whatever you're doing, I ain't saying you got to breed them, but it's just up to the individual.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brother Lil Rock, what's your take on that? If you had one that won but didn't complete his courtesy scratch, would you keep him or get rid of him?
I think I'm a little bit different. I'm a little bit more kind-hearted guy. Uh, one thing about me and my dog is I always thought this: if I got my strategy and I got my bloodline, and if I got like say if I'm breeding hard biting dogs, dude, I was always a guy. We matching dogs, so I want to match what I can match to. So it didn't always come down about being the smartest dog man or a dog man that can try to go along with what the dog man creed was. If I had a dog that quit in 2 hours, or if I had a dog that quit in an hour and 45, that I thought he quit, but I thought they can beat the dog that I was going into the next time, I'll bring him back out. You know, dude, I'm doing this to win. This ain't got nothing against, dude. I ain't no dog breeder. I never saw a dog in my life. But if I got a dog that might have lost, but I thought he could kill your dog the next time or your hog the next time. If I looked at your dog, your dog or your hog, and I thought he could beat that dog, then dude, no. I had a hard time putting down dogs anyway. So, but if I had one that I thought was worth looking at again, I mean, I ain't saying always keep a curve, but if I can win with them, that's all I'm in it for anyway. I ain't no breeder.
Okay. Brother Eli, what's your take on that? If there was a dog that won but didn't complete his courtesy scratch, would you keep him or get rid of him?
I mean, honestly, it's situational. I ain't gonna even sit up here and lie and Huss, I see it both ways. If you got a small ass yard and you got access to this and you got this one killer that you don't already won with, most likely you end up taking them home. You know, if you got a big yard and you got a lot to choose from, most likely you're not taking them home. That's just the way it got. And I personally seen that older guy like, look, this what I run, this what I had, this what I've been having this whole time. And he like, fuck it, no, I'm taking him back home. Another guy, shit, man, I got plenty of this shit. Why I need him? I can recreate it. I can do it again. So that one, he gotta go. So it's situational. It depends. And I've seen it work both ways. But that one that went home actually went home and got bred, and shit, they got some decent stuff off of it. But you done seen it work the other way where shit here, all of them end up having clocks up their ass. I ain't gonna start naming animals, but yeah, it's some it's some
Hey,
animals out there that people don't
Oreo
like
cookies,
when
Oreos.
I'm not gonna do. I wouldn't even sit and do that.
No,
I
I'm saying I want
fuck
some
that shit.
Oreos. I ain't saying no dog's name Oreo or off a
No,
dog's
but
name
nah,
Oreo ever
you
quit.
know
You know.
that's something like they say about like the Jethro shit. You know, so certain animals that came off of that. There's stuff that they say like that. You know, it's animals that's known for that type of thing where they say, hey, man, I'm going to pull up. People done took them home and bred them and got good shit off of them. You know, but that's their choice. If you make a decision, I'll just say, hey, be prepared to stick with it. Be prepared to live with it. It's your decision, your choice. But me personally, I, I can't say because I ain't never been in that situation. And if I did have a small yard, I can't say. You know, I might be like that old man that was like, shit, this what I've had. This what I got. You know, it all depends, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Let me go to this question here. Now, this might come across
Hey,
harsh.
hold on. I wanted to
Yeah, go
add,
ahead.
my bad.
Go ahead, brother.
hey,
That's
none.
why it's always important to always scratch to win. So you don't gotta go through that shit and you know what you got. You feel me? Scratch to win. Don't take no curse home. You don't scratch, you don't win.
What you gonna say on that, Lil Rock?
I'm gonna leave that alone. I mean, me and him will talk about them.
Okay.
We'll talk about them.
I see them smirks. I see
I
them
want a lot of money.
smiles.
I want a lot of money. I don't even say that. No, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. All right. Now this question here is a might come across as a silly question.
Boy, it is. I don't know what it is.
Does dogs aggression? Does dog on dog aggression mean gameness? Now, the reason I ask this question is everybody act like they know what a game dog is, but I still see people who's supposed to be in these dogs talking as if they don't know what gameness is. They keep saying stuff like, "Oh, that puppy showing me."
Can I take this one first?
Yeah, I go to you. They saying stuff like that puppy showing a lot of gameness, because they're talking about the dog's aggression towards another dog. The dog is acting like he want to get to the other dog, so they calling it game. A dog, playing with the flirt pole like to work. Oh, he's showing signs of gameness. You know what I'm saying? So even though it sounds silly, I just want y'all to break down why that's not gameness. Okay, Lil Rock, you go ahead. Then I'll go to Vietnam.
I'll go with one because I boxed for 12 years. I was 136-6. I had 142 fights in my amateurs, and I'll go to like Mike Tyson said. Everybody's good fights until they get hit in the mouth. This ain't real. Puppy fighting ain't real. These puppies ain't killing each other. These puppies are putting puppies uncomfortable. But when it gets real, you have to look at when it gets real. Conditioning, a change of lifestyle. Puppies are puppies, and I know exactly what you're talking about because I've seen it. But come on, man, an aggressive dog. I had a German Shepherd who whooped every dog in our neighborhood. He whooped every dog in our neighborhood, and we were proud of it. It was like his name was Count. Then when we got Duke, he was like a mixed red dog, and he was like the best dog in our neighborhood. But when I got Pepper, then we didn't have any. There was no Duke. There's no doubt. Aggressiveness. You can be aggressive all you want. You can be aggressive all you want. I mean, we got puppies that started 6 weeks old. That means nothing. Nothing. To be aggressive, you can be an aggressive kangaroo against another aggressive kangaroo. But what does that prove? Does that make you a game kangaroo? No. You can only prove it. You can only prove it in the ring. And I would say that you can turn off the mic. You can only prove it in the ring. That's the only way.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Bone Vietnam Kennels on that.
Yeah, before I even answer on that, somebody texted me and said somebody was asking a question in the chat about Spike. No, he didn't die on my yard. Now, when you're talking about dog aggressiveness, are we talking about puppies? We talking about grown dogs? What are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about puppies or grown dogs. The question was brought up because somebody referred to puppies as he don't consider the puppies game dogs because they're not trying to take each other's head off. Okay.
Okay. Got you. Yeah, and I surf a lot of the boards, the message boards and things like that they have around. And sometimes I gotta get off of them. I'm like, man, I'm not coming back on here no more because this stuff is just making me sick. Some of the stuff I see with, them scratching puppies into puppies and puppies sitting there fighting over a rag or, or a hide, and they're like, oh, and then all of a sudden everybody's jumping in. How much? Where you at? I want one. I'm like, dude, the daggone thing is 8 weeks old. You don't know what that thing is gonna be like. Myself, I don't even want to see any of that stuff with my dogs. I'm like, look, we're going to find out when the time is right. So I like one that's more laid back. That, you know, I'll get the one that's standing over there looking at them acting like fools when they're a puppy. That's the one I take and groom as my own. You know, I all that flash and all that stuff, those used to be the first ones to pack it up, to me, in my experience. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't care for it. And if they do act like that, oh yeah, the dog's acting good, but you know, they don't mean nothing to me. I'm not gonna look at him no different than one his age that ain't acting like that. Because I'm like, we're gonna find out when you get of age what you about, you know. But it just, I've seen a lot of good dogs that could have been good ruined like that by, you know, young guys having dogs like that, and then they turn around and looking at them when they're 10 months old, 12 months old, you know, and then they ruin them. By the time it's time to do something with them, they don't have nothing left. They been rolled to death. So, you know, I know the young guys, they just love to see that flash and want to, you know, waiting is hard for them. And, you know, I personally, my own dogs, I never even showed them until they were 2 or over. And I don't care how they were, even in schooling. If they look like, oh, $1 million, and I didn't school them a lot either. You know, Rock was cracking up one time. I took a dog 13 hours to Tennessee right off of Grand Champion Mayday. He was 3.5 years old when I showed him, and he had never, the first time he ever had contact with a dog was in that 6-card show, and he won best in show that night. I never even rolled him. I just knew. I said, this dog's gonna be okay. And the next day, a guy from Russia was trying to buy him for 15 grand from me.
Damn.
So yeah, it just depends.
Yes, sir. Let's go to you, Rosterman Boone. You know, can you speak on dog aggression and how that's not gameness?
Aggression is what it is, being aggressive. That's all that is. Gameness is one that go past the limit of expectation and what the mind would even think could be done. To me, that's what gameness is. But you don't just say he game for him to have gameness. You have to see it. Sort of like what he kind of described. Game dogs is what's being bred to get dogs that'll produce some gameness. And you don't know which one gonna be that until you put them in that position, like Lil Rock said. You know, you have to put them in that square. That's the only time you're gonna see it. You know what I mean? Or put them in that position to display, you know, the talents and the gameness that they have. So, aggression is just what it is, aggression. But that don't mean he's gonna be dead game. When Grand Champion Bronson, not the junior, the one I had, but the father, when he went, you know, him and Hedda was there for like 3 hours, locked. Bronson was faintly moving his tail, faintly, very faintly. I mean, you know, everybody thought both dogs was going to croak over. But when we requested the scratch to win, and they went for it, when broke the dogs and Bronson come back, half his head gone, and man, he scratched like a bat out of hell. Right after we walked out of the building, took him to the van, and I said, "Thank you, man, thank you." And he looked at me and wagged his tail and fell over. So, you know, to me, that was dead game. You know, now somebody else might describe it another way, and that's okay. But to me, that was dead game. Because he was there to, you know, he was going to die right there in hope. But because they went for the really, ain't no way in the hell I'd have went for that, but they went for it, scratched the win, and he came across like a rocket and did his thing. So, just understand. See, words mean something, and we have to understand what the words mean, what their definitions are. And a lot of times people use words and cross it with different meanings. And they get mixed up, they get twisted. So just understand the words that you use and why and what is definition. That's the end.
Yes, sir. Salute to Meredith Campbell, my brother in the super chat, showing love. Appreciate the support. Family says, gotta come through and give my support. Salute, brothers. Salute to you, Meredith Campbell.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, Meredith always coming through. Welcome down, Rand. Big stepping, man. Why don't you go ahead and speak to that issue about gameness and aggression?
Yeah. Well, we both know who we talking about. We ain't gonna get that idiot no shine, oh weirdo. But I even explained to him though what gameness and game bred was. Like the pups are game bred. There's only one way to see if they game, and you can't tell if a puppy is game or not. And I also went on to furthermore drive the point that just because a dog is game bred and proven to be game doesn't mean, he got to be dog aggression. When I gave him the example of grand champion, what's his name? Virgil, running around the yard as a champion already. He ain't trying to attack nothing, but in that square, he'll finish you if you don't get picked up. He ain't fucking give a fuck just because he wasn't dog aggressive around shit like that. But when it was time to go to work, the aggression was there. So dog aggression don't mean shit, bro. You feel me? And unless you got them fucking foreign feud between literal pups that's just 8 weeks old, you gotta separate them because they really are killing each other. Fuck that shit. It don't mean nothing, bro. Bullshit don't mean nothing. Them same hot pups is the same motherfuckers who quit when I pull up on them. You feel me? That shit don't mean shit. It especially don't mean no gameness. It's only one way to show if you game or not. And that's fucking if you go do it to it. Most motherfuckers ain't doing it to it. They just misusing the terminology, like the difference between a fucking hoe and a slut. Motherfuckers call women hoes when they sleep around, but hoes get paid last time that I checked. Sluts fuck for free.
Speak on it.
You feel me?
Absolutely. Salute to Trevor Jones in the super chat. Much love and much appreciation, man. Thank you for the support, brother. Let me go to Brother Eli on that question. What's your thoughts on that, Eli?
Yeah, I mean, shit. Pretty much like what the other brother said. The thing of it is, man, if the puppies is hot and they hot like that, so you feel like, oh, they're aggressive, man, do yourself a favor and keep that puppy where it need to be in a safe spot by itself, nurture him, develop him, and go ahead and spend some time with him and start introducing him to what he needs to know as far as exercise and as far as being socialized with you and develop a relationship with him. That's the best thing you can do with him. All that thinking about gameness and thinking about him being this and being that, man, that shit, that is one of the reasons that I didn't do a lot of breeding, because I knew if I did a lot of breeding and let shit go off my yard and get away and get in any hands, first thing a motherfucker was gonna do is see a little hot puppy and go crazy, and I wasn't gonna even get to see my percentages and see my real standard come out because the animal's gonna get ruined. Happened to me a few times. Animal just get ruined and get fucked off, and motherfucker, man, bro, that motherfucker sure how we the boy telling all the little puppy stories. That shit ain't nothing to show for. You all you gonna do is sit up there and ruin an animal. All you gonna do is sit up there and hype yourself up, unless you're doing it for puppy sales, like the brother said earlier. Motherfucker sitting on there with rags and shit, letting the little puppies go at it and shit, getting all these little hacks and shit. Let them puppies be confident and grow up and be there and become what they gonna be, man, and enjoy them. Worst thing you can do is put a puppy in some bad hands and motherfucker ruin a possible good dog, because you'll never know.
And on top of that, Eli, they gonna swear you got curves on you. Man,
they gonna put it all on you. It's gonna be all on you. Your shit ain't shit. Your shit trash. And that's part of what I done said to other breeders, to other people. Man, say, bruh, I'm not saying certain animals that can't produce, You got a lot of people when they see Eli dogs and shit like that, or they see Patrick dogs, or they see certain animals from certain breeds, and they hot as a motherfucker. Oh man, the motherfucker hot, man, the motherfucker quit. Most of them don't quit. Most of y'all just don't know what y'all rating. You see a carver animal that's slow, that take a long time to come on or something like that from certain lineage of carver animals that they develop. You see like a lot of people that know the Homer dogs and stuff like that. A lot of them be hot as fuck early, but they age as they age and get older and mature. They're a whole lot better, but a lot of them won't see that age. A lot of Eli dogs, a lot of Patrick dogs won't see that age because they so fired up in their teeth. You got a stupid motherfucker that get them and ruin. You know that. I mean, that's just the end all be all of it because people not willing to let it. Bone said it perfect. Let them age, let them mature. Like don't even be thinking about that. You got a little chain gangster. That's all it is. Popping at the chain, popping at the chain. Leave it alone.
Indeed, indeed, man. Yeah, I want to throw that question in there because that was just a dumb statement I saw from a guy talking about, I don't consider those puppies game dogs because, you know, they're too close together and they not, aggressive. And like, man, stop it, man. The most aggressive dog I ever had in my yard was a band dog. A band dog. And that was the most aggressive dog I ever had. So what, he game now? He a game dog now? Because he's aggressive and he want to hit everything he see on the street? No, that's not
Hey, you ever walk your dog down the street and you see a little borderline collie or a little mixed mutt popping and acting and screaming and a little
yeah.
chihuahua sitting scratching and going crazy?
Chihuahuas is notorious for
Fucking
that.
little shih tzu going crazy as shit, man. It's nothing.
Right. But people get these dogs because they think they want to make they self tough through the dog. You
Yeah,
know
you
what I'm
can't
saying?
live vicariously through these dogs,
Right.
man. It don't
Right.
work like that. If that's
Exactly.
the case, I'd be the baddest motherfucker walking around outside right now.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. The dogs is the dogs, and you gotta let these puppies grow up. And like y'all all said, people get these hot dogs and they can't wait to, put them out there. You put them out there on some shit that's more experienced, know what it's doing, and then rain on your parade, and then you blaming the breeder. Oh, this one didn't work out. This one didn't work. But it was 8 months old. How the fuck it didn't work out? How the fuck do you know it didn't work out at 8 months old? That's ridiculous. But this is what these idiots do. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever, man. Salute to Frederick in the super chat. Much love and much appreciation, family. He says, Mr. Boone, word is you got box yard when he got out. How were those dogs? Brother Boone, you there? I think Boone froze up. Yeah, he froze. He driving. Sorry about that, Frederick. I'll try to get him when he come back. There you go. Brother Boone, did you hear the question? Brother Boone, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, Frederick asked the question. He says, Mr. Boone, word is you got box yard when he got out. How were those dogs?
The dogs that I got from Bakari did real well for me, bro. I didn't get to do all of them, but I got to do some of them, and then I had some trouble. You know, a lot of those got taken and all kind of crazy shit. But during that time, we had won a lot. We had did a whole lot of winning, and for some odd reason, the folks showed up. So I feel like one row rats put them on me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's been a long time ago since it's over. But that's the thing about this game. Is how can you be that envy of anybody to want to see anything bad happen to somebody like that? I mean, I wouldn't care if a man had 500 dollars. If I lost against him or he beat me or whatever the case may be, I ain't finna, see nothing bad happen to the man, not on my behalf. So You got, some envy, jealous people, man, and they do anything, man, to justify their thoughts, their wicked thoughts, and that's just a part of the game. So that's why you gotta be kind of careful. Back then, that's why I ain't have nobody come. I was limited with, who I would let come around, man. Because, you just, 1 minute Joker be smiling in your face, giving you a high five. Yeah, man, we down, man. We this, we that. And the next minute, the motherfucker got a different head on his shoulder, So the game is beautiful, man. It's a beautiful game, man. It's always been beautiful. But, the people, man, it's the people that fucks it up. But yeah, you can move on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Way Visuals in the super chat. Appreciate the love, family. Thank you very much. He says, not on any pocket watching stuff, but what's the most the panel ever paid for a pup? Thinking about getting this little jip, and she cost a pretty penny. Okay. Let me start with Brother Eli. What's the most, if you don't mind answering that question, what's the most you ever paid for a pup?
I think the most I ever paid for a pup was I paid $900 for a pup once. I paid $3,000 for some semen. I mean, shit, it was worth it. I paid that for that. But I also let me see, I paid that $900 for that pup. That was the most I would pay. But most time, people that knew me, they wanted to give me animals. So I ain't paid for a dog in a long time. I hadn't paid for a dog in a long time. Well, I started breeding my own shit, and then after that, I let him go. But I hadn't paid for a dog in a long time. But yeah, $900 was the most I ever paid for a dog. I didn't buy into the whole high dollar thing.
Okay.
But a person price is a person price. So don't try to put it. If you want that dog and you got the money and you see something, you see value in it, go get it, man. Shit, a person price is a person price, and if you want it and you got the money for it, go get it, bro.
Yes, sir. Brother Ram, what's the most you paid for a pup?
I think it was paid $2,500 for buckshot back then. That was like 04 or something like that. It was worth every fucking penny, so much so that we doubled back, bought a bitch and dog off the second breeding, which was a buckshot. So, you get what you pay for in these dogs. Not all the time, but sometimes your money is well spent. And if you got it, shit, get it. You feel me? The dog fucking don't matter what the price is. You could get a $500 dog that'll be the next best thing. And a fucking $5,000 dog, nigga, that's a piece of shit. It should be a paperweight. The price
Hey,
don't mean shit in the
can I
dogs.
say one more thing too? Cuz I want to say one more thing.
Go ahead, cuz
Don't put so much into the money that you spend, because the APBT is some of the hardest working dogs out here. Game dogs, some of the hardest working dogs out here, and every other fucking designer breed and all these other dogs cost you an arm and a leg, man. If somebody asking you for a price and you can afford it and you know it's good quality stuff, man, pay what you need to pay to get what you want, and shit, take
Hey,
it from there.
I add two to that. If it don't work out, still don't keep the shit because you paid X
Yes,
amount for it.
exactly,
You know?
exactly. Go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, respect the
Don't
game
spend what you
and
can't
make the
lose.
hard call. Shit, that's fucking money
Hmm.
spent. I race cars. Shit, I don't win every goddamn race, but I still race the same goddamn car. You feel me? So yeah, don't trip on the price, man. Just don't go back if you don't like how your shit turned out. But yeah, always respect the man price. I hate when motherfuckers try to haggle the price, man. Like you getting some good shit, motherfucker. Usually I don't even
That
sell
part.
shit. When I do sell some shit, either you fucking with it or you fucking off. That's my motto.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know how that go, man. The most I paid for a pup was $2,500, but You know, the thing is,
Hey, on some player shit though, you paid that much, you ain't even keep the pup. You gave it away to your partner, and he's super grateful for it. You feel me?
oh, it's all love,
That's
all
just
love.
like some mega player shit though. You feel nigga buy it, dog, pay for the shipper is, you send it to a nigga like here, cuz do you. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
for all you broke motherfuckers who hating on motherfuckers getting dogs that much. This nigga getting them and don't even keep them. He give them away to the homie.
Yeah, man. Cause shit, you want the dogs in some hands, but you know you gonna find out what the motherfucker about. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Exactly, mundo.
but you know, I think that I think everybody got a right to their price. And if you like how it's bred, you like the parents and shit like that. I mean, it's an investment. You buy it, and maybe it work out, maybe it don't. It's a gamble, but no price is gonna guarantee you that the dog gonna turn out for you. You know what I'm saying? No matter if it's $5, if it's $5,000, it ain't gonna guarantee that the dog is gonna work out. It's all a gamble. You just gotta know what you're doing to be patient with the blood. Know your blood and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't never argue with nobody about their price. If it's too much for me, then I'll say okay, respect, and I'll move on. But I'm never gonna talk nobody down on their price. You know what I'm saying? Just from stuff that I used to do in my former life, I couldn't stand with no trick ass nigga. Ah man, she won't do nothing for 75. Shut the fuck up, bro. No, that's her. That fuck you gonna talk a bitch down on her pussy and shit. You know what I'm saying? No, motherfucker. You said you heard her price, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want the dog, you either want the dog, you don't. But I'm not gonna stand there and talk nobody down with the price of they dog when they've been feeding this blood their whole life and taking care of picking up shit and all that stuff. That's their price. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion at least. How you feel about that? Let me go to Vietnam Kennels. How you feel about that, brother? Bone for Vietnam Kennels.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? What's the most you paid for a pup?
I was lucky. I fell into a situation where my mentor Eli had been breeding the dogs since the 50s. So when I got with Vietnam Kennels, the formula was already in place. So I didn't have to pay for anything. It was already there. So it was just me. I was like a kid in a candy store. I would pick and choose whatever I want to take from the main yard back to my house to work with. If I saw something that was nice and up and coming. And then years later, we had another partner, and we all did pretty well for ourselves, and we would just pool in money, and I had the free time, so I would fly around, and we bought a lot of 1-time, 2-time winners, that I would go to. Heard a real good one was going in Texas, I would fly down there, and if the dog was good and I called my partners, I would say, yeah, it's legit, then we buy the dog. So grown dog, we paid 10 stacks, and whatever it took to get the dog at the time, but it was already a winner proven, and I saw him win, so I would fly and see him win, put my eyes on him, and then we would get him and finish him off, because I had a lot of ADD when it came to these dogs. It was hard for me to stay with one dog, continually working him, and through a process, I would do him one, and I would have to do something totally different the next one, and then I would maybe come back or something like that. Just having that one dog just constantly, working them and showing them, to me, it was boring. So I had to jump around a lot. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Roster Man Boom. What's the most you ever paid for a pup?
Um, I've I've never paid that much for a pup. I think the most I paid about $700 for a pup. But yeah, but like if somebody give you a number for what they offering, then you can respect that what they doing or what they got, or just just find what you're looking for with somebody else if you can't respect the man price. Man say he want 2,500, 3,500, 4,500, whatever the man say he want. If you choose to ask him if he'll take a little less, ain't nothing wrong with that. But you know, back then, in my early days, you know, they didn't sell puppies for a whole lot unless they knew somebody that had plenty of money and they was trying to get it out of them. You know, different situations, different things for different folks. You know, and today, you know, would I pay $2,500 for a puppy? I don't know about that one. I'll just be straight up. You know, I ain't trying to be funny, but 2,500. I mean, you know, if a man do, that's cool. But I'm talking about with me. I ain't trying to do no dogs. No way. I'm through. So, you know, but if somebody gave me one, I'd be more obliged. You know, thank you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Lil Rock, you over there sleep, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lil Rock over there
Yeah,
sleep.
somebody need to get him some Geritol or something, man.
Yeah, we gonna mess.
Come on, Lil Rock. Come on.
Yeah,
It said
somebody
give some
kick the
Jared
couch.
talk.
Somebody go
Baby,
kick the
man.
couch.
The long way. Salute to the long way in the super chat. Much love, much appreciation. Says, hey, Mr. Welcome Down Ram himself and company. Speaking on young dogs, when schooling, how do you decide when enough is enough versus checking for gameness? How much pressure do you put on a dog through school? Ram, I go to you, Ram.
Well, how I schooled, I was looking for match dogs. So when I'm schooling you, if I could see, you know, you good enough to match, I really wouldn't check for your gameness. I would want to see your gameness when it was time for it to be shown. So match dogs and game dogs for me were two different things when I was schooling. Now, if I want a good stud dog, then you know I'm gonna let him grow up all the way, fully mature, and I'm gonna fucking check this motherfucking oil for real, because I'm looking to see, is he worth, you know, moving forward with, whether he could be a match dog or not, you know? Because on the real, a lot of match dogs ain't game, you know? They pit game, but they not deep fucking damn near dead game like that, you know? So once I figured that part of the game out, I stopped looking for that in school. But on a young dog, schooling them, for one, I really didn't school them out young like that. But in the event that I did have a good one that was, you know, enough size on him, and I felt he was mentally mature enough, no more than 5 minutes. And if he showed good, you know, put him up, let him grow up some, and repeat the process. But grown dogs, though, like if I'm schooling them out and I see some funny shit going on, that motherfucker get to turning, or, you know, making them old funny sounds and shit, then yeah, I'm either gonna next time I see them, I'm gonna put something on them for real, or I'm gonna bring a fresh one in on them that's for real, right then and there, and we gonna see, you know, is you a cur or not, because you showing me that you might be a cur, so I'm gonna have to check now. I ain't gonna wait to see in the box when the money was on the wood. You feel me? It's just, it's ways to school this shit. That's not an easy question to ask, just because for one, that's how I school my shit, and everybody else school they shit different. The only thing we probably agree on is schooling a dog that's mature enough to be schooled. But you know, some people look for other shit in the dog. But that's just how I was successful in the shit. I'm looking for match quality. And if you happen to be game like Red Jack, who I was just talking about, we went into Yantis. In the box, I got to see how game he was. In school, he was putting everything away in minutes. A terrible mouth. But Yantis also had a terrible mouth too. And he the only dog to scratch back in the Yantis after an hour and some change. Everything else quit to Yantis except him. And Yantis went on to be a great dog and make grand champ. So that says a lot about Red Jack's gameness, you know. But I didn't get to see that at all in school because he was just a devastator. He would put you away so far behind so fast that fucking motherfuckers stopped wanting to school, and I stopped schooling them on the yard because I got tired of healing my shit up.
Right.
So we just took him out, you know. He really wasn't even schooled. He was just used to grabbing one hole and crushing it until you died. So, you know, schooling is tricky.
All right. Brother Bone, for
Yeah.
Vietnam, what's your take on it, Bone?
Oh, there's Boone. Yeah, see his smiling face now finally.
Got some light now.
Right. But man, that that's a very subjective thing. Like I said, I've shown dogs that I've never even looked at once. They didn't get looked at till I worked them and put them in a box and put the money on. And I've had dogs that I looked at for 5 to 10 minutes, and I said, "He's good. Let's put him up and let's go." And then there's some that were longer. It just depends. I was one. I just felt to me like a person, like a boxer. I thought they all had a certain time clock in their head, and I wanted to have them fresh as I could when the money came on the line. So I made it a point to try to be very, very observant when it came to these dogs and be honest with myself, and not just because I really want this dog to work out and excuse certain things. So it wouldn't take me long to look at one. I knew what I had, most chances, and really, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not lying. I shown a lot of dogs, but I only actually had ever 2 quit on me. That was the very first one I ever did. I'll never forget that. And then, probably 10 years after that. I mean, I've lost some, but I've only had 2 quit on me. And I showed a lot of dogs for a lot of other people too, like I said, and it just, and most of those dogs I knew nothing about other than what the owner told me. And, pretty much I'm going in there on faith. They could be so-and-so's dog, but the second I step over the box with them, they're like, "Oh man, Bones got this dog. Ho, that ain't my dog. I'm just the workman on this one," but yeah, just it just depends. I didn't like, I felt Roland was a waste of time, but a necessary part of it, a necessary evil, if you want to say that. And I tried to get past that point quick as possible and get on to the meat and potatoes, and I was working them and really seeing what they can do, because I really thought they were all curs. I really just felt like that. I seen some really deep game dogs, but I really think they all quit. That's just, I always felt that in the back of my head. Just like a person, you see a person look really good in a boxing match, and they can come out flat the next time. They're just like we are. They feel certain ways on certain times. They might not be feeling it that night. And if I knew how to make one not quit, I'd be a billionaire right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rasta Man Boone. What's your take on that? On the schooling question. How far was too far? When did you know enough was enough when schooling or checking for gameness?
I think that when you start schooling one, they need to be at an age where their body can handle it. And most of the time they get 17, 18, 2 years old. When you start getting in that area, they pretty physical. You know what I mean? And the way I school, I like this. I would leave them down. I leave them down 30 minutes, man. Just see what they gonna do through adverse, or if it's good, whatever the case may be. And continue on. And then I need at least 10, 15 scratches. I need to know you're gonna go back over there. That's what I want to know. But a lot of people would say that's psycho. Back then, that's what they used to tell me. You crazy, man. That's shit. I want to know. You know what I mean? Before I get there. So my way might be crazy or more than what somebody else would do. But most of the dogs that I bred and I did, I won. You see what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
when you're taking other people's stuff, because everybody got their own way they want to do things, and sometimes they might not stay as long, because they ain't seen much time. But that's the beauty of the game, that different people with different mindsets do different things and accomplish a lot. Some a little less, some a little more, some over the top, but it's all the same, bulldog. And you have to figure out what your what's going to be best for you. I've heard guys say they roll dog 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Say, hey, I ain't need to do it no more. And the dogs win 5 or 6. Win more. You know what I mean? That's not to say he didn't know what he was doing. It's just to say that it worked out good for him. So somebody else can roll one 5 or 10 minutes, and the dog look like a superhero, and then get in there and quit 15 minutes. So it's just whatever you choose to do. But I wouldn't get on them too early. I would let them get some age on them, so that they see, like, it's just like a kid. You take a 13. Okay, so dog's age 1 year is what, 7 years? Is that right?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's either 5 or 7 years. Okay. So you look at it, you got a 1-year-old dog. So that means he's about 7 years old. Now, you ain't fitting to put your 7-year-old son in front of a 15-year-old boy. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
7-year-old, he don't even know what it is, other than he might be crying like hell, wanting to get to him, but he really don't know how to defend himself, And so you want to be conscious of age and time, and you want to make sure you put him in the best position to be the best he can be. That's enough.
Yes, sir. Brother Eli, what's your take on it?
My take is, like brother Vietnam, it's subjective, and to generalize anything based off of just what we might say here would be kind of feeling your dog, feeling each individual animal by each situation, because you supposed to develop your animals, and in that same token, you're supposed to develop your eye as you go. So once you know your animals, and once you understand what you're looking for from objective, like Ram said, he was looking for box animals. So when he's looking for box animals, it didn't matter if he seen one that was a little game plug or didn't have the tools that he had. He already knew pretty much what he was looking at and where he was going from there. Whether, okay, I'm making my decisions right now. I'm calculating how I'm going right here. Now versus if he starts seeing them tools, okay, this ain't gonna last too. This ain't gonna go too long because it's a lot of high firepower here. So,
Exactly, bro. You feel me?
so
That's
that
why I
that that
fuck with
would that answers the question. Are you saying how much pressure? If you understand what I'm saying, if you got one that's just a little game animal, and two is just two little game animals in there, and they can last for 45 minutes and stuff like that, you start to tell yourself what level they on. If they can bang each other up like that, and you can deal with that, you start to know what you're looking at. If one of them is ragged and you looking and you just letting one of them get beat up, then you really ain't doing nothing for yourself. So therefore, again, it's not really putting pressure. It's not really developing that much. You just watching one get beat up. So therefore, you say, okay, I'm confident in what I got right here. Shit, you got a little time out of it. You got you some scratches off. Get used to scratching. You're going about your business. I seen another brother say in the chat, the 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever, and 50 foot scratch. Seen people do it that way, like one that you may not care about too much, but he got something in him that you like, that you know from your dog, that is in his genetic pool, and you think that you can bring it back out, you can breed it to the right thing. If that's the game, I seen people use that tactic where shit, hell, tall grass, 50 feet. You can use all kind of different tactics, but you got to be objective for what you want out of your program, and you got to develop your eye. But those little small tidbits that I said right there, when you looking at box, if you don't see box, then you need to move you need to start moving along the other way. Do I want to look at this and see what I can add to this? What traits they got? Is this motherfucker fast? Or is he slick? Or do he got good wind? What he got? Okay, say I can work with that to build a box animal, to add that to a box animal. So that doesn't mean you just get rid of them. You know, you have those animals in your program for a reason. And a lot of times during developing stages, those end up being the best school animals. So you got to look at your program for what you want as from an objective point of view. And the thing about it is, even more so, as your yard grow, the better selection you make, your yard's gonna get better and better and better, and it's gonna start to push all the other stuff out. You know, so just be honest with yourself, man, and be objective.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, we got a couple more questions, but we're gonna shut it down today because I gotta make a couple moves. If somebody, whoever got a wrench, block this troll to come in here. Whoever this guy is, block this guy.
Oh yeah, that best cams, we don't fuck with that. But you can, hit up Money and Magic XXX. It's popping over there. Just uploaded some new butter pecan Rican shit up there. She got the blonde hair on, finger
Yes,
banging
indeed.
herself. Go subscribe. Fuck with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got that too.
Yeah, for sure. Check with it.
Hey, but for you weirdos, ain't none of us on there. It's all chicks, so don't be looking for Ram to be on there with his dick out, 7-8 on there, walking around naked. None of that weird shit.
Right.
It's only the ladies. You feel me?
For sure, for sure. So yeah, man. I want to thank y'all for joining us this week, man. We got a couple questions left, but we're gonna save those for next week because I got to bust a move, man. And I'm sure the OGs got to move around too. But I want to thank the panel for coming through, blessing us with their presence. And I want to thank Vietnam Kennels, brother. Thank you, Bone, for coming through. I'm gonna try to link up with you and try to get an interview with you.
Okay.
So I'll text you, and
okay,
and we'll try to put something together.
Yeah. And I'll check on Little Rock, make sure he's doing all right, man.
Yeah,
he's
still
out,
asleep.
Man.
Yeah, I got him in the background here. Y'all can't see. Okay. I didn't want to keep him on camera while he was asleep, so I told him, I put him in the background, but I still see him. He sleep. Yeah, but
yeah, I was gonna start roasting the OG. I'm a fool.
Roster man, boom, man. Thank you for joining us today, brother. I know you're busy and everything, man, but I'm gonna keep in contact. I'm gonna hit you up. Got any last words for the people?
Who you talking to?
You, Roster man.
Oh man, listen, Massive. Are you ready for the real bulldog and love? Come check 78 Sports every week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Ram, why don't you go ahead and give us a disclaimer?
Hey, man, none of this shit is intended for, nor should it be used towards or for any illegal purposes. And if you is out there using it for any illegal purposes, you goddamn right. Don't come over here with that bullshit, nigga. Keep it over there. Keep it to your motherfucking self. Best cams, you can eat a dick meat sandwich with a big bitch butt crumbs. That's for the homie Boris Baker who was in there asking for it. Other than that, man, salute to the OGs, man. Vietnam Kennels, man, it's a pleasure chopping it up with you, having you on the panel. Like I told you, I used your program my first 4 times and won with them. You feel me? That's big for me to beat you now. My cousin Eli in the course 7-8, man. It's the fresh week, so man, y'all kill it this week. Be great this week, man. Don't let no sucker stop you. Scratch hard into their ass every day. I see you boys back on Friday.
Yes, sir, man. We'll holler at y'all.
One love.
Peace.
All right. Peace, brothers.